So how's it going, motherfuckers? I am back with the Walking Dead reviews. Now, I stopped doing these. Not a lot of people were watching these reviews, but hell, if you people don't watch it, it's too damn bad. I'm gonna just go ahead and do these videos anyway for my own entertainment, because I'm excited. Season 8 has just begun of The Walking Dead. I can't believe we've gotten this far. Time has really, flown on this. The Walking Dead, been going strong since 2010 now. And, they've just, it's just, this is a show that's just grown with the times. And, like, looking back on it, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I look at when AMC runs those marathon commercials and they show like seasons 1, 2, and 3, and just like how different Rick looks. Like, the characters have aged, not only physically but mentally. And this is a show really, like, I really sat back, and not only was this an entertaining episode, and it did live up to the hype of all the billboards I've been seeing, and on like public transportation they've been plastering this everywhere. All out war, and this definitely was an all out war. As you had the Hilltop and Alexandra coming together and just taking it to Negan and his crew, and to the Saviors. And this really was like an all-out war. Like, this is the start of the war, and they were building up to it last season. It's great to see Rick finally get that revenge, because you could see it was like Negan was in control of the Saviors. They were controlling the Hilltop, Alexandria, and you could definitely see now, like, everything has just exploded, and now they're taking it to the Saviors. And that's the great thing about this show. And I've criticized it in the past. I've said some episodes have been boring. Some episodes have, they felt like you had some 2 hour specials in there where they didn't even feel like they needed to be that long. That was just the sake of getting more sponsors and commercials in there, I think, half the time, which was a little bit disappointing, because if you're going to have a 2 hour episode, you better have enough story to fill up those hours. And that's the only criticisms I really have of this show. This is one of my favorite shows on TV. It is my favorite show, but that doesn't mean that your favorite show can't have flaws in it. This episode really didn't. The only thing I was a bit perplexed by was the flashbacks that or I shouldn't say flashbacks, but flash forwards, visions that Rick was having. It seemed like something that was in the future, but the not so distant future. For some reason, Rick was older. He had a flat top. But Michonne didn't seem like she aged all that much, and his daughter, was older, but not that much older. Like it was a little bit confusing. And then Rick looked scared, and they kind of intertwined that. They kind of rewound it a bit, and they, like, he was giving the speech to Alexandra in the Hilltop, and so I don't know what that's about. I'm sure we'll get answers for that. It was just a little bit weird. Like, why did Rick look so old? It looked like post Saviors, like after Rick and the gang had defeated the Saviors. But why did Rick look like he aged so much? It looked like he aged 10 years, but um, it didn't really make a lot of sense why Michonne looked exactly the same. That I don't know. I was puzzled by that, the way how they just threw that in there. But that's not the first time that The Walking Dead has kind of thrown something in there that just makes you go like, what? Well, like, what was that? Um, we got a good cliffhanger at the end. And I don't know. I was talking this over with my coworker. He said at the end there was like a thud, making like Negan like had killed Father Gabriel, but they didn't show it. I didn't hear a thud. I actually really didn't catch that. I mean, I haven't gone back and watched it since he said that, but even if there was a thud, I think that that's maybe, what they might want you to think to keep you tuned in next week. But I don't think he killed Gabriel. And one of the greatest things about this episode is what Gregory did to Gabriel, stealing the car. When Gabriel, you see, he's coming into his own. He finally got some guts. He tries to do a good deed, and then Gregory just takes the car and speeds off. And now Gabriel's in this position, and this really makes you want to see Gregory die. I can't wait till this guy gets his in the end. So there you go, guys. It was a great season premiere. I'm looking forward to this season. It was great to see Negan again. Like I said, old Team Rick and all that. But, I've never liked the villain so much in the show as I do with Negan. So there you go, guys. I'll see you next week for the next episode.